20 seconds.
He almost hit. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Culture Mix. I am one of the four great individuals. Big Ron on the scene. Next to my right, we got.
What's up, everybody? I'm certified Cleveland Nathan. On my right, we got.
Hey, it's your girl Tosh.
And the superstar of the week is on my left. We got.
Marie. We are glad everybody's tuning in. Like I said, we are the Culture Mix, so we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. There's nothing that's not on the table. Everything is on the table. So today's topic is self-deprecations versus self-effacing. Now, a lot of people would say they don't technically know what that means, which is understandable, but not knowing that we do it daily in our daily lives. So self-deprecations are defined as being modest regarding yourself about a almost humorous way of downplaying yourself. Many people do it all the time, whether we say it verbally or non-verbally. They used to have the saying where you're harder on yourself than other people, not to be confused with just self-reflection, but dealing with saying it humorously, but always putting yourself down. So definitely dealing with self-esteem and awareness on how the two are different with each other. Self-editing is not really paying attention to oneself, which means that you don't really boast about yourself. You're very modest in how you describe yourself. That's whether you're doing it in a joking manner or you're doing it professionally, anything of that nature. You're very humble in a sense of not when it comes to oneself. So my question is, which one do you guys think that you use the most? Like during your time, like what do you think you use the most?
I'll say self-effing when I'm at work, but the other self-deprecating when I'm in the streets. Because at work, I just make sure it's everything I ask is from the beginning, as if I didn't know it. Mm-hmm. Even if I do know it, I tell them to show me as if I didn't know it and take it slow, just to downplay how severe it is. That way, when I get everything under control, know everything, then it'll just be in play. That way nobody got a high expectation of me because they see I just like to take baby steps at work. But outside of work, it's the opposite. Like, definitely hardworking, put forth, compassionate about things. And then when I do know stuff, it's like I'm aggressive. Like if I'm sure of the information I've obtained or displaying it, I can go on about it all day. So I think that's what it's like. I use both, like a good percentage of the time. Or if it's like a new crowd, I'm definitely self-effing, because I'm just like, nah, I observe the room first and just bring no attention to myself.
So is the percentage like 50-50?
Based on the environment.
So yours is based off the actual environment itself. Depends on which one you use.
Yep.
Okay.
Like around fans and family, self-deprecating. New people, unknown territory, work, colleague, self-effing all day. Like until I get a general knowledge of the whole situation, the people, and then understand the people you can trust and communicate with and understand how they think. Because you don't want to put yourself too far out there and you realize this ain't even your crowd. So it's like, now you just seem like the butt at the party or the gloater. So it's like, nah, even if figure out who y'all think is the glue and then reflect from that.
Okay.
I know, I kind of feel like I'm 50-50, but I'm kind of the opposite. Because when it comes to people that I don't know, I don't know, I feel like I have more confidence within myself to push myself to want to do more and try things more. Like I was, like even when it comes to cars, cooking, whatever, if I'm doing something in regards to that and I don't know this person, like I'm making sure like I'm talking about it, like I'm explaining it to them, I'm breaking it down to them so they understand what I'm doing. And they kind of get an understanding of what they coming into themselves. But then when it comes to like people I know, it's not the same. Like I don't know, it feels like the people I know, I feel like I have to impress them the most more than it is the people that's outside of who I know, if that makes sense. But I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't have to be that way, or it shouldn't be that way, but I don't know, it's just kind of how my brain is wired. But I mean, that's how I look at it. So that for me, it is more of a 50-50 thing. But I think overall, in general, if you confident in whatever you have going on with your life, I don't care if it's your daily routine to you washing your face to going to work every day. You should be confident in what you do 100% of the time and never doubt yourself at all. And that's personally something that I have to work on, to be honest.
I feel like I'm gonna say a 30-70. I feel like when I'm in my elements, I mean, it's just like, I'm humble. I mean, I get my stuff done. You're not gonna make me look stupid, that's my thing. So it's like, I'm gonna walk in the room like, oh yeah, no, like I got this. But I'm not the person that's just like, I'm not a know-it-all either. Like if it's something that I don't know, I will be like, you know what, I'm not even about to lie to you. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. But I don't know, I just feel like you walk in the room, you own it, you do what you gotta do. But then it's just like, it's other times, I feel like it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. And then it's just like, you know, sometimes I do a little self-reflecting and just be like, oh, okay, well, you know, maybe I do need to do this, do that, or whatever. So it's like, you know, you can Jesus Christ, I can't talk. Critique yourself. And so, you know, it's just like, well, let me figure this out, figure that out. And then it's like, oh, okay, haha, like, you know, talking down on myself. But I don't know, it's just like putting it out there in the world. But then I take that same little scenario and then turn around and it's like, if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm gonna go figure it out. That way it don't happen again. So it's like you got that one chance to think you got one up on me, but no, not really.
See, the thing about that is though, like you know how you have a business, like I think I might have been talking to you about it. I was talking to somebody else, but you know how people be like, oh, I see you got yourself a little business. That is very degrading because that person does not know how much time you really put into the business that you were trying to build for yourself. And then even when it comes down to like prices and such, like you have people that you know, people close around you like, hey, can you drop that down a little bit for me? Why?
Price is my price.
Why? My craft is just as good as this top end seller that you're trying to get from. So why do I have to drop my price for you?
Right.
Like it be situations like that where it's not even about yourself no more, but people kind of they make you second guess yourself. Like you have to drop this down because if I don't, then I can't reach out to this particular crowd. And when it comes to stuff like that, that's why I say like no matter what you do, have 100% confidence in yourself. Cause you gonna go into a situation like that, and somebody gonna be like, yeah, let me get 50% off of that instead of pay a full price. No, I've done this. I've done my research on that. I've been through this step, that step. Either you can accept what I'm giving you, or unfortunately, y'all would just look elsewhere.
Mm. So for me, I think I don't use self-deprecation in the sense of I use it humorously. I'm always self-aware, but it's usually internal. I'm not gonna say it out loud. But I also think if you don't have some type of confidence in what you're saying or what you're doing, people have more of a sense of either you're lazy, you don't care, or you're just not worth it. And I think it's nothing wrong with being confident in general. But I think a lot of times that we sometimes downplay ourselves though, even in that sense. Like we're confident, but like Big Ron was saying, depending on the environment is how you reflect it though. Cause sometimes you can be in rooms with people, you don't think that you're worthy even being there. Or you're there, like, okay, I'm ready, I got it. And then you still second guess yourself to where your confidence be like, I got it, but your body language saying something totally different. Where the nervousness coming in and you like, man, I thought I had it, you get real nervous behind it.
But is that the environment or is that the people? That's what
I see, now I think it's both.
Okay.
I think it's the environment in the sense of, because you wear different hats depending on what you're doing for the day.
Yeah.
So that's your environment. That's depending on where you are.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like part of it is people, because it also plays a part in the sense of what position you're in, whether that's in your family, your immediate family, or even in your friends' line, because everybody got a role.
Yeah.
So depending on what that is, you can migrate and adapt based off the people. Because if you're not knowing, it's almost like if somebody see you do something they know you and it's completely outside of your character,
Yeah.
then they're sitting there like, okay, now what happened for you to get like that? Because that's not you. If you normally used to being quiet, chill, you be relaxed, or if you more, the boastful one, the joking one, like Big Ron, that's normally how he is. So if he come in and we look at him and he's not like that, now we figuring like, okay, there gotta be something going on, like what's going on, because that's not your normal character.
Yeah.
So I think it plays both sides in the sense of the people, the environment, and then yourself. Because sometimes people can just dumb you down. Just to be like, oh, I ain't about to outshine. I'm just chill up. Because people don't want confrontation either. So depending on the people you around, depending on the environment you're in, you can do all three in one setting. Because we do it all the time. People do it all the time. They just adapt and be like, okay, well, I'm gonna just downplay for this because I don't want the attention, or I'm good. Yeah, I know it, but I'm gonna just relax. That's your job, or that's your position to do. I'm gonna fall back.
Yeah.
Don't mean that you don't know it. Doesn't mean that you don't have, self, just went out the window. Self-effing. In the sense of,
Break it down.
in the sense of having confidence. But I think it's necessary. So then my second question comes, do you look for that in a spouse or a significant other? Because they always say opposites attract. So the question to me is, do you look for either one of those? Or have you looked for either one of those?
I don't know. So you too quiet. I think you're trying to set me up. These 12s coming on quick. I don't know. I probably always pick the bad person. But it's always, I found out later, it's just who I am. I choose the bad person always, every time.
That's
Because I
which
hate-
one? Self-deprecation? where they're humorous and downplaying themselves, or self-effacing to where they're literally confident in who they are? Which
I would say
one?
confident, but I don't like loud women. But I always date loud women. Like, I don't like girls who think they tough, but I always pick girls who think they tough. So then I have to look at myself and realize that that's just what I like. Like, I can't literally put it on her because she's not what I like. But at the time, it's just like, you're gonna make a bad choice. Like, anytime I try to divert from that, it either gets worse or it's just like not fun. Like, a little bit of toxicity is like cool. Like, it's not healthy, but
It works for you.
it works for me. Because one minute I'm serious and 1 minute I'm goofy. So it's kind of like spontaneous. So it's a mix. But if you like too chill, like all the time, I'm gonna start taking everything a little too serious because you don't have no up tempo. Like if you just good morning, just work, come back, like it's nothing changed. Like you went out with the girls, how was it? It's cool, drunk, came back. Like I'm gonna feel like something really wrong with you. Like yeah, you got diseases or something. Like what's going on? Somebody died. You know what's going on? You don't sound like you having fun with life. Like you sound more so depressed. So now I'm kind of slightly altering myself to make you adjust to what I want, in a sense.
Okay.
So I think that's like a little slow red flag if you just monotone like the whole day or if that could be the person you is. Based on upbringing. If I get around your people and they wild and you quiet, oh, that's definitely a red flag. Like they ain't doing no jokes, they not, hey man, you just like, oh, you just like this for everybody? Like, oh nah.
You can't knock somebody for who they are.
Oh no, I'm out.
What?
You can't control it coming home
You
today.
can't knock somebody for who you are.
I mean, it could be who you are, but now if it was a backstory to it, and let's just say last relationship was just downhill, abusive, and you just like traumatized, okay, nah.
I mean, but if I'm just naturally a quiet person, I'm just a quiet person. But not to the point
If
where
your
it's
dad,
like too weird, like quiet, but like, you know, like we can sit there and chill or whatever, hold a conversation. But I mean, if I'm just not like that loud, jokingly person, I mean, even if I'm around you or my family, it's just like,
Alright, another example. If we're in the car, and you don't turn the radio on, and we just listen to my shocks and struts,
oh, well, yeah,
you
no,
getting out
I hate
about
silence.
2 miles,
No,
2 miles, you gotta
definitely
go.
Yeah, no,
You are a serial killer, man.
That's like people that sleep with no TV, no sounds, no nothing.
Yeah, and I'm real quick to
I can't turn it on.
EA, we gonna hear this playbook 10 hours straight.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's that old loud to the brown. So I'm like, hey, yo, my bad, 7:30. Like, I don't know. Cause you know, they always say the quiet person's the killer.
No.
Hey, boy.
Not always.
Them school days starting to come.
Silent but deadly.
No, we not about to have a quiet game over
No,
here.
because even growing up in school and stuff, like I was always the quiet person until it was necessary. So it was like, I feel like it just depended on what's going on.
Right, but then everybody know you know.
I mean, I'm not saying like I was like most popular, but I mean like, you know, everybody got their cliques and stuff in school.
Now, if you popular and quiet, then I think you probably bougie. I ain't gonna lie.
Probably bougie. But you know, so it's like I was always the quiet friend of the group. But like, you know, when it got necessary, I get loud, but only when it's necessary.
No, I gotta see get loud. If I don't see get loud, and then you go outside, I get a video. Who is this? It's not the person I wake up to. You come to the house like, what happened last night? Nothing. You just cooking breakfast with no music. I'm gonna be like, oh, she out here to kill me. I'm out. I'm on Weight Watchers quick. I gotta do some legs so I can body it.
As far as looking for certain things like in spouses on this topic, it's just like I feel like a lot of people are going to want that person that is confident, but not overly confident. Like don't nobody want no person that's just like, you know, get your head out your ass. Like,
Hey.
I mean, but like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's a line where it's just like, all right, you doing too much. But it's just like, if that's who you are, then that's who you are. But for me personally, it's just like, yeah, no, I definitely want you to be confident. I don't want you always downing yourself, because it's like, if you feel that way about yourself, how do you expect other people to feel about you if you constantly just downing yourself? So it's like, you putting that out in the world. It's like, no, don't put that in the universe. Like Marie said, it's a lot of things like, yeah, you could sit there and look at me, but I won't say it out loud. So it's just like, but I don't know.
I'm over here tapping kid like that's that serial killer.
Not
They
this
plotting,
serial
bro. They
killer.
plotting.
Stop it.
With an exit. I need a manager. Staff. Guard.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not the friend that's like, I will go out, but I'm not the one climbing on top of the bar and doing the most extra stuff that's out there. But like, I will go out and have a good time with my friends and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like it's a balance, just like everything else in life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I feel like it's perceived and looked at differently. And I hate to make it a gender thing, but
Between women and me.
yeah, but we definitely look at it completely different though.
Oh, okay.
And I say that because
So until we fall. You done? Thank you.
so I say that because for like even when it comes to like relationships, you want to feel safe within your relationship, but then you have a lot of women that are very strong and independent on their own.
Mm-hmm.
But then it comes to, in a sense, where it's like you have your partner, whether it's a man or a woman, they are extremely confident in what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can feel overshadowed, and you don't. It's not necessarily a competition, but you, in your mind, it's like, how the hell do I catch up? Like, how do I get there? Like, how do I get to where he or she is? And it's like, you, it can be a little difficult, and you just trying to figure your way out, and you might not even be, you know what I'm saying, as far as behind as that other person, or think like you're not doing as well as them. But it's just, I don't know. You have to kind of look at it. You have to really take the time to analyze what the situation is in front of you. You have to understand that this is your partner first off. Like, this ain't like the person, like you trying to get a promotion over this person at your job. Like, if they winning, you winning. Like, that's how it should be. But a lot of times it's hard to look at it that way because we as individuals want to succeed regardless. Whether we in a relationship or not, that part really don't matter. But I do think it's perceived differently when it comes to men and women, because we as men might have it to the point to where we know she's strong and independent, but in our minds it's like we have a feeling that, oh, well, I want her to desire me or need me for something. But I can't necessarily speak on how a woman would feel about it, because obviously I'm not a woman. But they may have it to where they just want to feel strong, like they want to feel safe within their situation in general. But it also could be to the point to where you taking care of stuff and you feel like you doing everything that you're supposed to do and you being confident within yourself. But then your woman looking at you like, what are you doing? But then vice versa. You thinking you know what I'm saying, you actually making your partner feel safe within a situation, but you're not. But that's why I said it can be overshadowing, and it can actually kind of be a little scary sometimes, because it can cause situations to go way left for real.
And plus it also changed the way you even carry yourself.
Yeah, you would carry yourself in a completely different manner.
Just because you want something, but like she not noticing. Cause that definitely, cause as men, we definitely want to feel like we're needed. I mean, it don't have to be like a great magnitude.
It's
Just
more of a
simply,
desire than a need, though.
but it's just like simply like, all right, if I watch you go to work, take care of the kids, just do what we do, all this stuff, like, or even if we 50-50, whatever, I'm at least want you to ask me to open up the can of pickles, like. Now, if you bust a can of pickles, I swear to God, 2K is on. It's a wrap. Like
kill
if
that
you
spider.
start, yeah, like if we start doing stuff, oh, it's a spider, and you just, and you be like, nah, you know you don't touch bugs.
Oh, God.
Oh, so you don't need me for nothing? Oh, bet. I'm gonna let them tires go bald, tie right off, and I'm gonna wait until your car just done, and just, you think you could, oh, you want me to help you? Like, I might get stuck up, but knowing I ain't supposed to let my queen fall, but it's like, nah, she doing too much on this relationship side, so I'm gonna just sit back and just let everything break down. Then once you ready to ask, then I fix it, put it back. Oh, I appreciate you, love you. Acting brand new, and then act like I wasn't mad for 2-3 months. But that's a dude trick. I ain't gonna lie, shawty low car was last 2 weeks was on some ski. Now it look like new baby Benz.
I mean, because when you look at it, even if this was prior to you of her being also independent, she was put in that situation, whether it was by you or somebody else, and not saying it's your responsibility to take her out of that, but it's like, alright, you gotta break it down eventually if you plan on being with that person. So it's just like, yeah, for her to be so independent, it's because she didn't have a choice. So it's like, if I'm back against the wall, I gotta figure something out. If I don't have nobody to depend on, once again, whether this was before you, after you, during you, or whatnot. So it's like, I totally disagree. Don't let her tires go bald. What the hell? Like,
Letting the whole house turn upside down.
no.
Socks at the door.
No.
Socks, I don't know. I ain't picking them up though.
No, I'm not picking them up. Put them down on the shoot.
But that's only, I mean, that's just from my point of view. Now, I will also want her to see, like, cause I know women can see like a good person that has a vision, or I feel like they should expect a man to be able to lead them or lead something, or see if they even got the capability of doing it. Like sometimes you might fill up your tank every Tuesday. Just every once in a while, do some, hey babe, you've been working, I know you're tired, like, you gonna put a little air in my tire, like, fill me up, like, I mean, just to see if he like, I don't do that, and he'd be like, oh yeah, you ain't trying to lead. Or, oh, this week I'm be like 80%, let me see if you grab that 20%. Like, and if he just doing that, you like, all right, cool. Like, you can put a little mental note in your book, like, all right, if he needs to lead, like he's supposed to, then that's cool. But if he don't have that capability, then I ain't gonna knock him for it. If you the queen of your house and you just dominant over overseer, cool. But sometimes I feel like you should put the little fillers out. Just small stuff. Hey, you can walk right past the mailbox. Hey, baby, just grab me real quick. Just middle video game. Just action, something random. Like
But should I have to actually do something that's normal grown-up things for you to do?
which you shouldn't, but if he a bachelor and he just don't get the mail, like some people, like me and my dad household,
that's like,
it was all bachelor shit. It was either women he did come in and out. Well, nobody did that mail. I mean, we both, cause we put everything all the place. Like, why get the mail? When it's time to come out, we just know it. Just have money in your account.
oh well, yeah. No,
So in my head,
stuff,
everything
sure.
was just set on auto. Like my phone calendar, I pay stuff in advance. But now I got significant other, and she like, oh, I forgot this bill. It would enrage me. How you forget a bill? It's a bill. So you want paying bills for me?
Yeah.
No, I've been independent. So when did you forget that this bill that's been here way before me just didn't come that day? And it'd be like,
So you're saying also that you pick also based off the environment that you grew up in, because you just gave an example of being in a household full of males. So there are certain things that that didn't even cross your mind. So you had certain things that were already pre-set up before you got with anybody.
right.
So I look at it as that plays a huge part to me, because I grew up in a 2-family household. So I grew up with my mom and my dad in the house. My dad, flat iron hair, washed hair. His girls, he has no problem doing that. Cut my brother's hair. He cook. He cleans. Mother did the same. She didn't do no hair though. That ain't her thing. But cook and clean. I'm used to parents, opposite. They both cooked. I didn't grow up in a household with just my mom cooked. Like they both cooked. It depends on what the day was.
Yeah.
So, but if I didn't grow up like that, you have only a set of rules that you know. So then when you do get with someone, the responsibility is totally different. This is one of the reasons why I think we like self-confidence. We don't like over self-confidence, but we like self-confidence. But at the same time, it's a thing of people sometimes still downplay themselves even in relationships. Whether it's, especially the beginning, is more of a thing of I want you to like me. So we'll do self-deprecation, make little jokes or whatever, and say that regarding ourselves because we're trying to please somebody else because that's who you want in your life. And we don't do it just in significant others or relationships, but we do it even in friendship. When like when I'm around this particular person or around these people, like you'll adapt until you're comfortable. And even when you are comfortable, because maybe you've been doing it for so long, it becomes a habit. So it becomes an automatic thing. For me, if I'm looking at either or, I need you to have both. I'm normally driven, but that's how I was raised. So I'm naturally built like that. At the same sense, like you said, there has to be somewhat of a balance to where it compromises both parties. It can't be just one person that has to take on the brunt of everything. It has to be some type of compromise and clear communication on that balance. I also feel that people don't communicate that even in the beginning, and not in just the beginning of a relationship, friendship too, business. Like people don't speak up. And I think also because we're statistically, our culture as African Americans are automatically looked at as the aggressor, period. No matter if you are the quiet one. When you do go to speak, you're automatically considered the aggressor because of how society has set us up as. So then my question becomes, how do you adjust that aggression or that facade that's put on our culture as an automatic response, and not just to other races. A lot of times it's among us too, to where we're like, okay, you being mean, or why you so, aggravating, like, or aggressive, because y'all just gave an example that you want your woman to be a certain type of way, but at the same time, they always look at us as the angry black woman, even black men. So we have to, you see what I'm saying? Like it has to be some type of, how do y'all respond to that? Because it's on both sides. It's whether we're all together or somebody, the outside looking in. We have to, it's both. So how do y'all deal with that aggression? Because that aggression, that persona that we're that way holds both self-deprecation and as well as self-effigy. It holds both. How do y'all deal with it?
I think you gotta look at the situation, man. Now I can speak on that because, like, I just experienced this at my job a couple days ago. My boss is like a 50-plus-year-old white woman, and every day I come into work and she look at me. You know the first question she asks me, "Kevin, are you happy?" And I just be like, "Yeah, I'm fine," but I don't walk in with like this big ass grin and smile on my face all the time. Like I just be mellow. Like I just be cool. But a lot of times I look mean as hell and I don't realize it though. But that's just how I am though. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm not frustrated with nobody. I'm just cool. And then when I start talking, like, hey, how are you? I'm smiling, I'm looking at you, and I was like, you surprised. And then, like, when you asking me, am I happy? That bothers me because she doesn't ask the other coworkers in there. She asked me and she asked this other black girl named Ashley the same question.
Oh yeah, actually, I can tell you that right now.
And it became a situation because it's like, why do you continuously keep asking me that? But you have to approach the situation and look at it. You can't look at it and automatically become negative about it and get upset. Because for one, it's not gonna fix the situation. For two, that person might not even understand what they're really doing.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know it. And if you don't talk to them and let them know, like I literally had to have a conversation where like, look, I'm not upset with you. I'm not coming at you like, hey, shut up, I don't wanna talk to you. It's more so I'm making sure I explain what the situation is so you have a clear understanding of where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Not me just trying to tell you like, I could do this, leave me alone, please go somewhere else. Because it can come off very overbearing and it can make that person feel that way. Now it's like, you're just mad and like, cause she literally told me like, I feel like you just walk around with a chip on your shoulder. And it was just like, I wanted to ask her, well, why are you saying that? Well, what makes you think I have this chip on my shoulder like this? But then it also comes to the point to where they can downplay you in whatever environment you work in.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll tell you, like, hey, I don't know what you can do. I know what this person can do, but I don't. What can you do? What values do you have, or whatever? And it's like, well, you got to get to know me first before you can even ask those questions. Whether I'm white, black, Asian, whatever, like you trying to figure something out and you haven't even had that chance to really take the time to evaluate what type of person I am, my work ethic, or anything. So you have to approach the situation with a positive mindset. And sometimes you have to take that time. And especially us as black men and women, we have to educate other people around us. Because a lot of them are not aware and they were brought into families and situations, unfortunately, where it's not even that they don't know, but they pretty much were raised off of this type of stuff. And sometimes it could just be genetically, and they just like, oh, well, that's just how my mom and it was, so that's just, I thought that was the right way to be. And they honestly, it's like a child, they don't know no better. They really don't.
Okay, well, I feel like we all go through this on a daily basis, whether it's at work or whatnot. I know I've dealt with it at work numerous of times because normally I am the quiet person until it's necessary, and then when it's necessary and I lash out, it's like, why are you like this? Like, oh, it's like I'm that angry black woman. It's just like, no, like I went through the challenge of like, can you stop doing this? Y'all are about to get on my nerves or whatnot. And then it's just like, okay, y'all not reacting to me being nice about things. And so then it's like when I do get loud, they be like, you were just so out of character. And it's just like, no, I'm not out of character. Like I'm just fed up with y'all nonsense. And I feel like it is a little harder when there is a race barrier when it comes to that, because I feel like they always say like black people like women, you got that resting bitch face, and it's just like I'm not mad, I'm not angry, like I'm just chilling, I'm here at work, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like if it's in the morning, like some people, they probably not morning people. I don't come in skipping and singing and yelling to the top of my lungs in the morning. No, I come in, do my normal routine, and get the day going, and then no, I still joke around and stuff like that. But no, you're not about to hear me yelling across the building or anything like that. But
Right.
no, it's just like the way I deal with it is you just gotta know your surroundings. Honestly, know when it's appropriate to act this way or do this or do that or whatnot. Whether you're being professional, you joking around or not, because you know every moment's not a joking moment. But and then just the people that you are around, whether it's your coworkers, your friends, family, you know how certain people act. So it's like it sucks that we have to act a certain type of way around people and not just 100% be ourselves all the time. But unfortunately, that's just the world we live in.
But does that mean it has to be that way? Like, do you have to continue to go into the situation to where you have to change who you are and how you carry yourself?
I don't think you have to, but if that's the course that you're on right now, the only person that's gonna really change that is you at the end of the day. If you are not comfortable where you are, happy where you are, or whatever the situation is, I mean, only you can really change that. So it's like either you sit there, deal with it, adapt, or you get up and walk.
Ron, what you got? What you got?
I got two stories. One is dealing with my people. I take the young and the old approach. So what I mean by that is anything we talk about is more so I love to give information to help the people that's the same color as me. Like when I go to work every day, because they know, the people in the building know certain departments that make the most money. Certain people are always curious, they don't know how to get in. Well, for the luxury of the establishment I work for, you don't have to have a college degree. You can just be a bum off the street and you could make $100,000 a year. Which I think that's a great avenue because if I never did this, I wouldn't have believed it was real. I wouldn't have had the confidence to be like, oh, I could do it, I can make this. If it wasn't for my coworkers buying new whips and new houses, I'd be like, y'all lying. Ain't no way y'all here making this money. Coming here doing this, making this money. So then when I see it, I'm like, oh, I want to tell somebody else how to do it. So it's somebody else. But I only want it to be more so my people, which I seem is selfish. But if everybody in the building is all making money, it's my people. I mean, I kind of just affected a lot of people fail me. But I ain't asked for nothing in return. And a lot of people know me for that at work. And I mean, sure, my supervisors and bigger bosses is white, but what I do with them is I let them see the raw form of me. Like they see me when I come to work early, but they know me. When I come to work, my music is loud. I'm trying to do donuts when it's ice on the ground. I'm parking sideways in the handicap. What's up, yo? Loud, being crazy. But they know the minute when I walk through that door, it's all serious, it's all business. But also I take the initiative because we got this area that's called TSA. Because it's basically security now. We only see white police officers that's there. So what I do is I make it my job to speak to them every day when I come through. Because all they see is black and white and other colors come through. But when they sit there and shit, because most blacks come on this shot, so they sit there looking. And I know they looking, but I don't know what's on their mind. So I'm like, hey, how you doing? They snap out of me, huh? How you doing today? Oh, I'm good about yourself. And I'll be like, what's up? Just to see if he gonna do this handshake, to see what his gesture is. And some guys are hesitating. And some guys, oh yeah, boom. So I'll be like, what you doing today? How your shift going? How long you gonna be here? They tell me their hours, cool. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm maintenance. Oh, I didn't know you was maintenance. I thought y'all was just like, no. What department? I work on the third. You ever walked around here? No. So I know he mentally only sits there and watches people come and go. That he has no clue the amount of money or items he's protecting. But he don't even take the initiative to walk around. So I said, hey, I'll give you a tour, when you got some time, just hit me on the radio, because we have the challenge where you can just click on, hey, I want to take a tour of you. And I'll break it down to what you're securing and also how you get around this place. And then I'll come in and I'll try to remember something about their personal life. Hey, how your wife doing? How the game? Some of them like sports bets, so sometimes I'll come in and be like, you betting today? Oh yeah, I'm betting such and such. Now other people are saying me, why you always talk to the police? Well, I make sure they understand, like, because if something happened, let's say fire drill, somebody stealing or something or whatever. If it's a wall full of black people, you like, who you trust? If ain't none of us spoke to that man, he gon' big guy scares me. She got attitude. He still, I'm picking them. But if I've already made a rapport with you, hey, no, she's a mom of 3. He go to school. He's just a nerd. No, it breaks the barrier, so you don't have to visually see color. Now I got you thinking in a different mindset. And then when I meet other nationalities throughout the day, I ask them questions. And there's a lot of women that do look generally mad. And last night I had that moment where a young lady, she came to me, oh, my machine is such and such. And I mean, she was very aggressive. Like, her machine had just broke for the first time. She didn't even know what I do there. And I'm like, it's on my chest, it's on my vest. What do you mean? I don't even know if you fixed this, but my machine's broke. I want it fixed right now. Ma'am, I've been here 14 hours. It's 5 minutes before I walk out the door and you're yelling. No machines are running. Why are you mad? You're getting paid to wait until we fix something. So I went over there. It was simple. It was just a little laser. And she said, how'd I do that? I said, you didn't do this. I said, the lady that comes to swap out your bad parts and knock out them, she didn't push it enough so the laser catch it. So it's just making sure they don't throw your work that you put in on the ground and make you pick it up. It's a safety precaution. I said, but you know what I'm saying? I'm maintenance. This is what I do for these machines. You know, I broke it. She like, I didn't know what you did. And you just seem occupied. I only see you sit there and disappear. I said, well, when you get to work, I've already been here 7, 8 hours. So I've already did all I need to do. So I'm really just observing you guys work. I'm not literally looking at you. I'm looking at the machines and hear how they sound. Just because I gotta look your way don't mean I have a problem with you. But I'm also not assuming that all of you guys just hate the maintenance or just be mean on purpose. Morning shift isn't like that. They're more friendly. Night shift is, they don't like to talk to nothing. Until something breaks, then they want to be buddy. So I had to explain to her, like, no, if you need to learn how stuff is done, I can show you this. I don't have no problem with it, to show you. And she's like, no, I'm just naturally aggressive. And I'm like, well, you ain't gotta be that. If you want, so I made a joke. I said, if you wanted to have somebody talk to you, just say you wanted to talk to me because you didn't know who I was. I would get that. But if I was just another maintenance guy, I would think you was wasting my time because it clearly says on the computer, like tote laser blocked. You could literally pushed it, didn't have to come to me. But instead of me choosing to be like everybody else, I'm like, all right, let me get to understand this operator. So now when I build a report, hey, how's the machine running? Oh, well, since you showed me how we haven't had that problem. I'm hearing this. I don't know what that is. What would you think that is? And it's just that small conversation that kind of changes the narrative. It's a tiny part of that big building because it's thousands of people that work there. But I'm tinily changing the culture in that area because this one lady, she hates that area. She's getting a pay raise to train people on something she don't even like. Every time she comes to that machine, I don't like that machine. It does that, and he's not gonna fix it and this and that. I'll fix it, it'll be running perfect. I'm like, no, when this happens, I have to come touch this machine. Well, I don't want you touching the machine. You're not allowed to get past the interface and do this stuff. You're not certified to do it. And if you mess it up, that's a $2 million machine. I'm not gonna get fired, you could get fired. But to avoid it, just let me do my job. But you don't have the trust in me because of the other maintenance techs. That don't have nothing to do with me. And it's crazy because all the maintenance techs they have a problem with is white. Which I find that weird. But once I understand that a lot of people that get paid more than me, they was told not to learn that area. That area is for the new people to make or break you. But now since I've got over there, since I understood what it takes to run it, and slowly changing the culture and changing the parts that go there, and it's running smooth, it's not a bad area. It just has a bad reputation, and the machine's only 4 months old. So everybody used to something running. They don't like what's coming, so the older people are mad because it's something new. Just like they're mad that the next generation is coming, it's making more money. That's how I look at it. They don't like something new. They don't like not being fully in control of it. So they're just gonna keep shoving negativity at it until you show them that this is what keeps you having a job.
Mm-hmm.
I said, this makes 60% of Amazon money. If we was to take these 8 machines out, that's $7 million you would never make. Or do you want to go back to the old side? Across from it, they literally got to do it by hand. Scan a box. Them shoes you buy, I washed it. Box, scan it, take tape, close it, throw it in the conveyor. You want to do this for 8 to 10 hours. They're on 11-hour, 6-day shift. Or do you want to grab, scan, toss, push, and machine the rest? And it literally, after every 1 hour, it gives you like 30 seconds to tell you to stretch, relax. You're on a mat, you're comfortable, you got music, air, or would you rather stand in front of a table, the computer, hunched over? Like, you're complaining about something that's making your body increase your longevity, make it easier for you to work, and increase the output. And I've seen people, medicine come through that machine, I'd be like, I want to make sure that machine keeps those packages sealed. That's somebody insulin, that's somebody, whatever item they bought, I don't care what, I've seen some crazy stuff come through the machine. But I wanted to make sure it gets to those individuals. Just like if I order something, I want to make sure somebody's like, hey, don't crush this. They don't know who I am, they see a name, but let's make sure he get his watch or his shoes or insulin or anything like that. So just having that, people have to understand you have to have compassion. And it's not just compassion on just your individual race, it's just having natural compassion to try to take the time to understand it. And that's the reason why you have a gap between the young and the old, the whites and the blacks, the colors, anything. Some countries, they just naturally establish accountability and they establish having compassion. Oh, you got a flat today? You got a flat. Some jobs, they ain't trying to hear it. You got a flat, that's a point. 5 points, you fired. Why are you putting that scare and that fear into them? You're scaring your workers to work. They didn't come over here, then, oh, y'all got a point system? No, if you literally tell us you're not coming in, we're just gonna say, okay, document it. We're not gonna ask you no question. We're not gonna tell you to bring in a doctor's notice. We're not gonna drill you when you come to work. You're just gonna come back to work. Okay. I'm not used to that, but I like that because it takes the
pressure.
It takes the pressure. I can be a human. Oh, my child's sick. There was a guy yesterday. Hey, my child's sick out the blue. Baby mama said she at work. I'm gonna leave like 20 minutes. We was working on something. Hey, bro, all right. All the supervisors said, okay, you be safe. Take care of my tomorrow. No point. No write up. Hey, what's name leaving? Cause somebody like help with this. All right. Simple. He came in. He said, hey, can I come back? He just had a fever. Grandma's gonna watch him. Sure. Come back, you do the rest of the hours. Wasn't no loss, nothing. But he knows that if his job, if he need to take care of his kid, go take care of your kid. If you're not mentally ready,
yeah.
If you mentally, hey.
It's one of them days.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Could you put me on 4-4? Why? Ain't nobody work up there. Somebody passed. I really want to walk around a little bit more, Like, I'll still answer my calls. I'll do what I need to do, but, I ain't really on that communication. Oh, take 3 days off. We pay. We got you. Come back when you're ready. I'm not used to that.
I feel like it's a slippery slope when it comes to that. Because, like, some people need structure. And, some people take advantage of it. So it's a slippery slope. So I feel like don't be a hard ass, but don't be that at ease about the stuff either. Because, like, people are going to take advantage of it. Like, it's going to happen. So it's like, I feel like they need to have certain things set in place. Because it's just like, if I got this guy that I work with, he ain't even got no reason. He just making up stuff. Just like, no, I don't feel like being here. I'm calling out for whatever. It's just like, what?
Oh,
and then here I am. It's like, I'm over here busting my ass. And it's like, this dude get away with anything. He not getting no reprimands, nothing for it. It's just like, I mean, it make the job a little hectic. So it's like, I feel like there need to be something set into place. Like, granted, yeah, I totally get I don't want to be threatened at my job about this and about that, but I just feel like as an adult, we got to take accountability for certain things. So it's just like, you know, it's like, okay, you're not getting docked every time you 5 minutes late. But then it's like, all right, you so comfortable with it, now you 15 minutes late. And so it's like, all right, like, nah, like, you know you're supposed to be to work at 9 o'clock, be to work at 9 o'clock. I just feel like it's a slippery slope when it comes to that.
Yeah, and that's why everything's documented in the Slacker. So instead of you telling me you leaving, you have to put in the Slacker. Slacker don't delete stuff for 3 years. So you said, oh, I took off Tuesday, such and such, and you say next week, I don't remember that. It's right here. And they also know, this is the guy I work with, I still have not yet to meet this guy. I've been there 4 months. Every day, I'm gonna be hourly. 15 minutes late, I ain't coming in. I know for sure, if for every week you work, you get 1.5 hours of vacation. You can stack a lot of that. Everybody told me, oh yeah, he been. So they know. And they're giving you, it's like, it's lenient, but it's giving you the rope to hang yourself. So when they kick that chair, you can't do nothing about it. Boom. Why you fired, bro? Look, you ain't been working like 2.5 months on time. Like, yeah, I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you do it till you really think you beat the system. And I'm gonna, hey, could you pull up the file? When he say that, oh, I know somebody gone. When you see her say, oh, watch this, and it, you be like, shit. I'm gonna go ahead and just pack it. Oh no, we're already packing up.
So we're gonna close out this episode. Catch us again in 2 weeks, which I think we're gonna do part 2 of this. Part 2 of this. We're gonna leave you with the quote of the day. It says, "Be faithful to that which exists within yourself," which is just knowing that be true to you. Don't waver outside of yourself. Learn more about you. Every year should be a new growth about yourself that you should have learned mentally, emotionally, physically. Something should have transpired during that time. Hey, we appreciate you for watching The Culture Mix. We're on Patreon, Spotify, iHeart, and now YouTube. So we appreciate y'all. God bless.
Peace.